Hi, welcome to the RambleVerse Podcast. I'm James, and literally just starting this podcast to have a laugh, have a chat. And I don't know why you're listening, it's probably going to be bullshit. So I'm James. Does everyone want to introduce themselves?
Hello all 5 viewers, I'm Sam, I've got a square head. That's it really.
Hello, I'm George, to the 2 viewers of this, because let's face it, that's how we're going to get.
We've really not got faith in ourselves, do we?
It keeps going down. Hello, I'm Dan. Hello, I'm Daniel. Hello to the -1 people watching this.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm Bevan, and my only defining feature is being tall.
Hey, that's my only defining feature. You're ginger.
Well, then I guess I've
You're the
stolen it
ginger
from
one in
you.
the group.
Yeah, but that might
Yeah,
go soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
Can ginger
Yeah.
hair go? Is it...
Yeah.
You can dye it.
Okay.
What is everyone's
Topic
defining?
1, can ginger hair go?
Yeah, well, I've got, like, family members who
Well, yeah,
have
but-
ginger hair. And
It's all right. Is it
brown.
about sunlight? 'Cause if she's in the sunlight, that makes ginger hair more gingery, doesn't it? And then, like, in the
Well,
winter.
if we're in the sunlight, we're more likely to burn to death, because ginger
Yeah,
people are more
fair.
susceptible to sunlight.
That's the
James,
good
ginger
evidence.
hair can go
Reflection.
grey, you know.
Ginger. Well, yeah, every hair.
I think
can go
every
grey,
hair
can't
can go grey.
That'd
Yeah.
be weird
Yeah,
if
so there you go.
Yeah.
people were still bright ginger when they were like 70. Like,
they? Oh god, yeah. If you think about your grandparents, like my 2 grandmas both have like blonde and brown hair respectively, but both my granddads have like completely grey hair. So it's like, what dictates whether your hair goes grey or not? I don't really understand the science of that.
I don't actually know that.
I mean, I study
you-
biology, but not that.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
one hell of an opener, I have to say.
Honestly, just get used to this. Just we're going to go on so many different tangents, I swear.
Don't ginger people make up? Is it like only 1% of like the population? It's not.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that's true. I mean, mainly because we're flipping all just northerners, but
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
They're rarer than
that's
something
what
really
making
rare,
it.
but I can't remember what it is. Like
yeah.
something you'd never even see.
What's
Could
the
die out,
name? Hold on, let me Google this. Rarest hair colour. Because I thought it was ginger.
I thought it was bold.
Rarest hair colour is red hair. But is it
So
like,
ginger.
is it It's because there's a difference between ginger and red.
Red hair's like the
Never
American. I
understood
thought,
red
I
hair.
thought red
Yeah.
hair was the American term for ginger, but
Yes, oh, I suppose
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can get Bevan's hair, which is more like orange, and then you can just get like proper red hair, can't you?
But
Really?
it's not been 5 minutes and we've just started talking
Yeah,
about this.
we've
How-
derailed
how?
so horrifically.
Oh my god.
okay. Here's the thing: it's more like just shades of orange, though, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I would see people like who I just assume, all right, they've got normal hair color, and then people say that person is ginger, and I'm like, are they really? Because I guess strawberry blonde's counted as ginger, isn't it?
probably blonde is ginger people who don't want to call themselves ginger, James.
I mean, who would, to be honest?
Excuse me.
Some people just don't have a choice with it. But yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
It's true. Yeah, I did hear something about that the ginger gene could die out at some point apparently.
I heard
Yeah.
something about the
no.
Y
Hate
chromosome.
us.
Sam, stuff like that is bullcrap. I heard something about the Y chromosome could die out.
Oh god.
Well, rest in peace, me.
Yeah.
Breathing.
It's not even been 5 minutes, we're already on conspiracy theories.
And so that
Conspiracy theory.
goes against the law of biology itself.
The COVID
Yeah.
vaccine is stopping people being men.
It just goes and it's like, man, no thank you.
I should probably clarify we are completely in favour of the COVID vaccine. Please get vaccinated.
Oh, okay, that's gonna bury us.
Oh no, there's people going round. There's people going round with like proper like smartphones, which by the way are fully tracked, and are constantly on the smartphone on like Facebook and stuff. People are going on Facebook constantly to spread rumours about don't get the vaccine because they're going to microchip you.
Oh,
Well.
God.
Like it's going to make any difference even if they do.
No.
How can people be that sick? It doesn't. I don't comprehend it. It's
It's
like,
only in Britain.
I mean,
And
we
America.
know too many of these thick people.
Wow, let's
Yeah.
start name dropping already.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah, this is some context I should probably clarify. We're just like 5 mates from up north in England, you know, about 18 generally. Just kind of thought,
Generally.
we're not doing jack shit in lockdown, may as well come and have a chat because we do it normally and see if some other people want to have a listen to us.
We decided to do this at 2 a.m. Let us know if you
Oh,
think that
God,
was
yeah.
a poor decision.
It was like, yeah.
We were on a Discord call, like 2 in the morning, brainstorming ideas because we just thought, why not do a podcast? And I think we're all a bit delirious. So this is the finished product.
Like, does anyone else here actually like know anything about running YouTube channels in general, or is that just me?
Yeah, I've got some experience.
I thought you set up a Google account, set up a YouTube account, upload it, and that's it.
Yeah. I think the experience matters more than anything.
So in other words,
we've got-
absolutely none.
We have Daniel here as our editor because he actually has a YouTube channel, which is probably linked.
I know
He,
what.
like,
Oh, trust
promotes
me, I'm
himself.
plugging this on like my channel page.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll give you that one.
I mean, he's essentially just carrying us.
Yeah,
But...
RambleVerse do shots at 50 subscribers.
Oh god. Oh, yeah. Actually, genius idea.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, no,
Forget about the lockdown. RambleVerse does shots comes first.
Alright, nice. Oh Jesus!
I'm
Anything
sure
been
Boris
in the
will
news
understand.
recently? Anyone wants to have a chat about some random shit you've seen in the news?
I mean, I don't.
Did you say musically?
Wait, God,
Boy,
no.
2016 was a different time.
News, George.
Any Jacob Sartorius fans in the chat?
Yeah. I mean,
man.
if there is, we're all massive fans of the song "Sweatshirt." You know, we stand a true one.
Wear my
What the god?
sweatshirt.
What in God's name is sweatshirt?
I would
new-
play it, but
Oh.
he probably did sign with a record label.
No. I'm gonna be
He's,
honest.
he's a
No.
musically star. I think he's
Yeah.
like 18 now, but I think he was like a teenage kid who just had.
They existed.
I'll serenade you with "Sweatshirt" later. It'll be great.
George. Do you know what a TikTok star is, George?
I thought musically was different.
It's pretty much the same. Yeah.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same
I can't
company.
I thought
Rebranded it.
basically turned into TikTok.
Yeah,
Did
it is.
Okay, I'm right.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
same company.
Yeah.
So it's just basically musically started just a load of people dancing.
yeah. You do the
No,
dance,
it's-
you earn racks.
Oh no, it's musically. No, it's lip syncing, isn't it? Musically, I think TikTok's more the dancey
Well,
stuff.
that was the original point of it, but like obviously people use it for everything now, don't they? Like TikTok.
Yeah,
And I don't know if they use musically for
but I think
everything, but
musically you're just lip syncing, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that. Like,
I think that was kind of the point, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
you can just choose your sound you want.
Like I mentioned, looking at the news, and we started talking about musically, which is a year old.
Because I thought you said musically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, George.
Compared to us, you're all deaf.
Yeah.
I mean, how right? So what I'm wondering, for something like TikTok, you can access any sound and obviously put it over a video. So how, like any song, so how does like the copyright work for that? Because obviously, like, I mean, just
Well, it's under fair use, isn't it? You can't have companies going and striking down every,
Yeah.
No, they
it's-
still
So
have to be
because
paid.
you are producing something else like your lip syncing or your dancing
Yeah.
or something like that, I think it very loosely, but it's under fair use. I think.
I think they
And
do
it's
If
only
pay
they
six-
them.
played the songs, then it'd be like a different matter if they literally just played the entire song of the TikTok.
Yeah, well-
Yeah, no,
monetize
so
stuff
TikTok's
from
a
the song.
maximum a minute, aren't they? So it's not like
the
they're
maximum
getting
a
a
minute
song.
clip.
They do
Yeah.
pay people whose songs take off there. They give them like a percentage of their ad revenue for the month, depending on how many TikToks were
Yeah.
made with the song. Yeah, something
why,
like
you
that.
know,
Alright.
YouTube fair use is such an issue because companies will play it for just putting a second of music in a video that's completely unrelated
Oh.
to it, then they'll still claim it and claim ad revenue.
I wish I could go through my like ad revenue claims because some of them are awful.
Who have you got claimed by?
I'll go through the list because some of these are absolute gems. I think my
consider
favourite
that you
one.
would get claimed because I didn't realise that like anyone would
So-
actually go for you.
So the most recent one I had.
Claims channels are like 3 subscribers.
No, it's automatic. So
It's bots. I think bots filter through to like.
there was.
Sorry, I've got hiccups.
I think the most recent one there was just a sound effect in the game which happened to be copyrighted, and it was like 2 seconds long.
Oh,
Wow.
I think that's not even the worst one. I think by far the strangest one was you can see when someone's manually claimed something, and someone watched an hour and a half long review on Sonic Unleashed to find a 60-minute long clip of audio which was in the game.
60-minute long clip.
No, 60-second even.
Well, I was gonna say.
It happened at the very end of the thing, and they had to watch like pretty much the whole thing. So I hope they got paid well for that, because fair play
Wait,
to
so who's
them.
actually? Why? How did the person from the company find your podcast in particular to go through the whole thing?
I don't know. They've done it with every video I've made on Sonic Unleashed. Like it's scary.
Oh my god, you must be like in the eyes of Sega, like public enemy number one.
I would say public
hit on
enemy
your
number
head.
one. I gave the game like a 9.75.
I mean, Sega's nice with its fan base.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, I am
Sega likes
terrified of Nintendo, man.
no,
Nintendo was scary.
Yeah, Nintendo's the enemy.
Oh, they have a reputation, don't they, for just like striking down all Mario games and stuff.
My first ever copyright claim was actually from Nintendo. So the more you know.
No.
What are the copyright claiming though?
Just
Just
a clip of audio,
music.
and then they take like
Yeah.
the ad revenue from that video. Or in the case of me, because I don't have ads, they'll put ads on the video to get like revenue from it.
They can do that.
I think so. I'll go on
Oh,
a
wow.
random one now. It's like guitar.
I'm really impressed. I probably shouldn't be impressed. With that.
Yeah,
It's probably going to take them longer to create the bot to do that than it is to actually just leave it.
No, because I think they get back much revenue from the videos, especially if they're claiming quite, big channels that are getting lots of views.
no.
No, the money just makes
Nintendo
up,
needs that, being the richest company in Japan.
Yo.
Well, they probably didn't need that Mario mobile game, the Mario Kart mobile game with its thousands of microtransactions.
True. They just
that
want
game
more
was
Mario
fun.
Kart Tour, that's it. God
Oh
awful.
god, that.
It was fun for
Oh,
2
everyone went
weeks,
through
and
a
then it
phase
just
with that.
I remember I
left.
tried it out, but it was just the gameplay wasn't even great, and it was just like, do you want to pay £20 to get one Mario character?
Yeah,
No, thank you.
I think the best game they
Mario
made
Kart on my
was
Switch, please.
please.
Mario Kart, which is great.
Yeah, I'd argue the best game Nintendo made for mobile was Pocket Camp. Like that's real good.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of leading into my thing. If we were talking about the Desert Island game, I don't know if anyone in the audience is familiar with it.
Yes, are you
So if
over
you
the
could
age
pick-
of 6?
It's quite a well-known concept. But if you could pick one thing, so I guess we can just kind of go over like, if we're talking about video game consoles, but then also video game. So I suppose like if you were picking your video game, you'd have to only have one console. So maybe if
Yeah.
you say everyone pick one console and 2 games on it.
Oh, cruel man.
Oh,
Does
Oh,
anyone want to go first? I don't know if anyone's got any ideas.
I've got a few.
It's a
but...
difficult question, I know.
Uh,
I think it's difficult as to whether PC applies, because I mainly use PC, but can you call it a console?
Do
Yeah.
re-releases count? That's my question.
Do what count?
Re-releases. So a game that came out, say, however many years ago, was like,
I was gonna
re-released.
ask the same thing.
I was technically, yeah.
Okay, good. In that case, PS4, Shenmue 1 and 2, and Persona 5.
Not PS5.
Not a PS5, no.
Right. I suppose
Because
it's
both
not
those
really
games are on the PS4.
either.
It's
Yeah.
cheaper, runs the games pretty much the same.
Yeah, fair
Those are
enough,
my
fair
2
enough.
picks. One of them's a re-release, so I can get away with it.
Okay. What about you, Evans?
Me, I mean, like, it's an odd choice because the Wii U is like the most like
Oh, God.
commercial flop.
What's
But-
wrong with you?
No, it's because there's a HD re-release of my 2 favorite Zelda games on there, and those are the 2 games I'd most likely take.
Okay.
So I'd rather take those 2 because Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are great.
Wii U was a terrible console.
The Wii U had some alright games.
It's not, but like, how do you go from the amazingness of the Wii and like all the classic games on the Wii down to the Wii U and then back up to the Switch? Like,
well, the Switch it feels like they just kind of like shoved the Wii U to the side, put the Switch down. It's like, this is what we meant to show you.
Yeah. The Wii U was kind of a beta Switch that they were using to test the Switch parameters.
The Switch has been brilliant though, hasn't it? The Switch has been so
I've
great.
got my Switch next to me now.
Except from every game costing like a
60
lot.
quid permanently. It's like
it's like
it's a
50,
good
60,
console.
isn't it?
that's why you have to go to some. No! You always go to legal sources of games. Never go to online things that may be selling them for
RambleVerse do not condone
market
piracy.
price.
Unless we're
Not
getting paid,
condone.
in which case hang the cash over, let's go.
I mean, to be fair, I don't
Never
even
go-
pirate,
never-
but I do go for like cheap codes and stuff because you may as well.
Never go to dodgy second-hand websites, people. Totally.
How can a website second hand?
I mean, I suppose you could go to like CEX maybe.
Or just
I see
download
it.
Or
Yeah,
then
it
you
can
could
be
just download dodgy emulators.
No,
You've gotta
that's
think,
the bad
right?
thing.
That's bad. Totally.
Yeah.
You've got to think that when a game is secondhand, someone's already used it, and so that person's most likely already paid for it. So by that point, like logically, the money would have already been like made
Yeah.
by like that game.
Oh yeah,
So it's
but it's just a little bit
so-
more money that they could have. From
So if you Switch games go on eBay,
I mean,
Yeah.
let's see. I got 6 Switch games next to me. I don't think I'll sell any of them. Like Just Dance 2017, good one.
Also, can I quickly bring up a debate? Is it CEX or sex? Because I've heard either pronunciation.
CEX.
Thinking about this
CEX. I
today.
don't think they
CEX.
named the company Sex.
No, that's
I
I
always call it CX, but I have heard people adamantly say, "Oh, it's called sex. It's the sex shop that sells video games," and it's like, is it? I just don't know what the official company pronunciation is.
Well, I mean, think of it this way, right? This is going to get the first episode flagged by far. The people that work at CEX, if it wasn't called that, they'd be called sex workers.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't exactly go down well.
No.
I mean, it depends what they're offering in the back room. If you know what I'm saying.
Used Wii U consoles, all
Yeah.
of them.
oh
With
no.
that, yeah. Okay, Sam George, have you got a console and 2 games? Or...
Well, I would say, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I'd probably go with a PS5 because I've heard, that's a very good console, isn't it?
But
Well,
what
then-
games?
I don't know what games though is the thing because I'd want if you write only 2 games, I'd want something that you can do a lot on. So, for example, Rocket League. There's not much, variation. I think after a very long time, it would get a bit too,
Yeah.
much. I feel like something like, I mean, obviously, like, something like GTA is a massive game. You can do a lot of things on it. I know it's kind of like probably quite a standard answer. You can do a lot of things on it, really. There's so many mini games, and
Has it been
also,
released on PS5?
I mean, that was
backwards
one thing I was
compatible.
thinking.
I don't really know, to be honest.
It's backwards compatible.
Yeah, they're putting one out for
Oh,
PS5 like later this year. So
It's a fair amount, yeah.
Ah,
And then
fair.
I'm sure the second game.
I don't really know. I mean, again, Minecraft's one of them ones with a load of possibilities because you can just, I'm not obviously well versed in like games, but you've
Yeah.
got all the servers and you've got you can't the whole point is you've got unlimited possibility really. Minecraft. I'm just thinking for something if I was stuck on.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the only game you could ever play, you'd probably invest a lot of time into some incredible Minecraft feats, to be honest. Like, the stuff
Yeah,
you don't know.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you've got a lot of servers and stuff to play as well if you wanted something
Yeah,
else.
that's fair.
So yeah, I feel like it's decent. Well, yeah,
George, you got a console and 2 games?
Ooh, I think we're gonna have to go for the Wii because
Oh, it's a good
It's-
choice.
It's the
a
way.
good choice.
And Monopoly Streets.
that
It had
that
an
game.
absolute, it had an absolute brilliant auction feature.
That
in
was
which you
so
had to
good.
manually put your price on the auction.
You'd
Oh,
be
my
like
God.
the only game you're ever going to be playing again, bar one.
That Monopoly Streets was the
Street.
best Monopoly game they've made. I agree.
Yeah, it was
Fair enough.
world class Monopoly
Oh.
game.
And then when you put a
Right.
hotel on the thing and it looked super sick for the rest of the game.
And what's your second one?
Oh, what's the second one?
It's got to be Mario Kart if you choose
Yeah.
the Wii, right?
I was
Wii.
gonna say
Yeah, right.
either
Phenomenal.
Mario Kart or Wii Party. I have some good
Ooh,
memories of Wii
Wii
Party.
yeah. Well, but Wii Sports Resort as well.
Oh, I like the plane. The plane.
The plane.
Yeah, the plane one. Yeah, the
Yeah.
plane was great.
I remember
Oh,
getting like
that's
fast
so
point on
fancy.
that.
Yeah.
I
I don't
remember.
know for me. Sorry, you go ahead.
Right,
I
I
was
was
gonna-
going to say, I remember back in the day on the plane game where, because we were young, there wasn't a thing, it wasn't really an option to just search up where the last kind of like hidden locations were when you'd play that plane thing, when you'd fly around the whole map trying to get all the info
Yeah.
points. I was just like trying to find like the last 5 or something,
God,
and like
yeah.
just being able to find them, and like
Ah,
really wanted
most-
to come.
The most street place possible.
Yeah.
Because
It-
we're little children and we can't hold the Wii remote steady. We just keep crashing
Yeah.
the plane.
You had
Yeah.
the island, the Golf Island, which is like you had to fly
Yeah.
to Golf Island, which took up
Oh,
half
and
the
that took,
time.
like-
It took up like
And the things
6
like that.
minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just-
man.
you just had to
At
sit there like.
Anytime flying anyway.
How long did you get? Was it?
I think
you get-
5 minutes, right?
I
It
think
wasn't
it was
5
5
minutes.
minutes.
It was
It was
15.
5 minutes.
It was 15.
Oh, was it?
15 minutes.
It was 10 or 15.
No way. It was 5 minutes.
No, it was 5 minutes you got on that game.
Yeah.
I remember it
Yeah.
took ages to get over to the other island. Like,
But it felt like ages. I think it was just like, 2-3 minutes, which in the context is ages. But like,
I mean, the point with that island is that you just have to go there and try and get everything because
yeah.
There's
Just
no
gonna
way you
find
get
what you
back.
can get, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
true.
I mean,
Okay.
it was always cool
Ah,
because
sorry,
you
I'm
got to
going
see
in
all the
again.
locations, like
Yeah, I love
from
playing
the
the-
other nodes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was cool. Yeah.
It was the first kind
great.
of game that we had, like, where it was one interconnected world, and it was like amazing seeing stuff from the other mini games, and it's like
Yeah, exactly.
before that kind of became like a a main staple game, feature of open world games. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so do you want to say yours now?
I'll go. Right. Okay. I'm gonna put it to the tribunal. Am I allowed to have a PC as a console, or is that like?
that's
I don't know.
illegal. You're not allowed.
Any of you? Yeah, I'd say.
It's fair. It's fair. All right. If I had to, it's difficult. If I had to go for only 2 games, oh man, because I'm just trying to think about longevity, and I think there's something like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a fantastic game, but something like that, it's a story, and then once you've done the story, that's it. But I think I would probably have to go to the Skyrim, purely for the fact that there's so much to do in the world of Skyrim. Like, you can spend hours and hours on one playthrough, and then by the time you come back round to a second playthrough, you've forgotten half the stuff. So I'd say Skyrim's just a fantastic game. I know, Bevins, you started playing it, haven't you?
I literally started playing this week. Like, I avoided that game for a long time, and all of a sudden, I consulted James about getting it, and he was like, "Get it." I did, and I've been like mindlessly addicted to it.
It's brilliant. And for a 2011 game, it holds up so well.
I know.
So I'd have to say that.
Did you know Skyrim was originally meant to be a Game of Thrones game, I think?
Yes, I have heard that, yeah.
But
Really?
I can't remember. I think
Yeah.
somebody pulled out. Like,
Yeah.
whoever licensed Game of Thrones to be Esther, whatever it is, whatever the company name is, pulled out. And so they had to
Yeah.
change everything in it, and that Skyrim is what resulted.
You can kind of see how it would have been.
It's a similar theme, more like the medieval fantasy type theme. Yeah. But yeah, if I had to go for a second game, it's tough. I feel like GTA is a good shout, but I want to do something original.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm not even sure. This is tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Kind of ideas. I mean,
I don't know. I might just go for Red Dead, honestly, because I've been playing it recently and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a good game. Very good.
Is it true that it's just like incredibly tragic when your horse dies? Like a
Yes. Yeah, that is. Yeah. But it's not just your. Our games are good when they actually make you care about the characters. Because when characters actually, when you've built up investment in them and you die, like, oh my god. So that's, it's a very good at that, Red Dead, I'd say. Definitely recommend it.
It's like I had a massive investment in my Octane and Rocket League and then I got scammed by a 5-year-old.
Oh man.
Oh god, I remember that.
Specifically a 5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Do you want to tell the story, Sam?
Yeah, he wasn't 5, but I was what, like 14 at the time. I had the Octane on Rocket League, which was a decent car at the time, and I think there was a lot less cars in the game then. It was a rare car, and this boy during my party was like, "Do you want it to trade?" And I mentioned that he had that, and he was like, "Oh, I can duplicate that." And for some reason, on that day, I don't know why, but I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." Yeah, cool. He was probably like a year below me or like 2 years below me. So he was like, "Yeah, so you just give me the car and I'll duplicate it and I'll give you one. I'll give you, like 2 if you want, and so then you can use that for trading." I was like, yeah, "Fair enough, if you can do that." And then he just was like such an idiot, and then just left. And he nicked my Octane. He probably still has it to this day if he still.
Did he actually call you an idiot?
I don't know. He might have just laughed. I think his mate was in the party as well. I don't think he could quite believe that he'd done it.
That's great.
Yeah, because I bet that he's tried that on so many people, and obviously no one's fallen for it. And then it's me just like, oh yeah.
I mean,
biggest regrets.
Yeah. I just was like so angry, but then I just realised I'm such an idiot. Like.
Yeah. At least he didn't say he was a Nigerian prince who needed your Octane on Rocket League.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rocket League, it's a good game, but in terms of longevity, it's very easy to just kind of get a little burnt out by it.
Well, it's a good game. It's just, I mean, it's kind of similar to Among Us. It's limited. Because it's like only one very specific thing. You've got the alterations with the different modes and whatever.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's still like a pretty small game.
Yeah, I think they kind of realised that it was dying out, and then that's why they kind of like did a reshuffle and made a season 2, didn't they? Made it free and cross-platform, and then that made more players come to it again.
Yeah. I mean, they've done a partnership with Epic Games, haven't they? Which must have given them some sort of benefits.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Epic Games.
We all love Epic Games.
Yeah. Alright, my lords. The amount of free games on the Epic Games Store on PC, I don't understand how they get away with it. Like, they release just so much random, really good games for free. I've got all of the Batman Arkham series, and the Lego Batman series, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, and all sorts of different games, just from the Epic Games Store, for like, seemingly no reason.
Random question: Do you reckon there's ever been any legitimate Nigerian princes who've actually offered money and no one's taken it?
Oh, like a Nigerian prince thinks, why are people ignoring me?
He just has to change his nationality, then it'll be fine.
I mean, it's okay. Like when you get like the scam calls where it's like, "Oh, I'm from Microsoft tech support," but there must be some guy that actually has like. No, has been like accused of being a scammer when he's actually just been like a genuine, decent, hard-working guy.
I think companies try and work around that now, don't they? They have systems to go to the official website and find a number so you'll know that it's real.
Are you telling me Microsoft tech support's not trustworthy?
If you're being told that it's Microsoft tech support and that your Microsoft device has an error on it which needs to be fixed with your bank account, then it might not be trustworthy.
I mean, it's like, hey, you wanna? We have these gold bars for you to pick up. But you need you need to pay in Steam gift cards first.
Is Microsoft calling me about gold bars? Hello, this is the Bill Gates. I have some gold bars that I needed transported, and I've gone to you specifically for help. That's a very believable scam.
Yeah.
To be fair, Bill Gates is pretty rich.
I mean, he could probably.
He's a decent guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he does charity stuff, so that is quite believable. Bill Gates offers. If you get an email from Bill Gates at hotmail.co.uk.com, whatever it is.
Why would he use a Hotmail email? Why would he not use a Microsoft email?
Because Hotmail is Microsoft in it.
Hotmail is Microsoft, yeah.
Oh, is it? I thought Microsoft Outlook. I thought that was their official one.
I thought it
Hotmail
was
like an older one because you can sign into Outlook with your Hotmail.
Oh, can you? Or you can just use Gmail if you're a normal person.
normal person.
But it's Bill Gates. Why would he use Gmail?
I've got Hotmail.
So much better.
I mean, it's Google.
Most Google products.
On the Microsoft account, can't you? So.
Well, it's like the difference between Microsoft Word and Google Docs. Like, I find...
Yeah, Google Docs is so much better.
You need a Microsoft account to for Xbox, don't you?
Oh yeah, you have to have accounts of both of them nowadays. But I think it depends what you're looking for with stuff that you can choose one or the other. It's like choosing between Apple and an Android device. Like, 90% of the time you may as well just go with an Android device because they have more functionality. But Apple are flashy and they are called Apple, so you should get them.
And they are called Apple.
$500 more.
I don't trust Samsung anymore.
Yeah.
Why do you not trust Samsung?
I've had like 3 Samsung phones like in the past few years, and all 3 of them have killed themselves.
Well, that's definitely got us flagged.
That's some fine South Korean engineering right there.
Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just going to say, Samsung are not necessarily... I've not heard the best reviews about Samsung, because obviously when people think Android, a lot of people think Samsung. But there's better than that, isn't there, really?
I've got a Sony, and it's like, this thing's been out 5 Windows.
Google Pixel uses Android. Google Pixel are the best phones I've ever had. Like, any Google Pixel. Absolutely fantastic. I can't, praise them enough. That's
Here's James advertising.
Yeah.
I think I'm paid by Google. If Google was listening, if you want to do a brand deal...
Yeah, if you want a brand deal for 5 people, hit us up.
No, it's just me. It's Google
just
be on this podcast.
Yeah, just specifically James gets sponsored. That makes sense.
Yeah. It sounds good to me. I'll take it.
I mean, if James is willing enough to just donate some of it to the rest of us...
Oh, yeah, no. Well,
he never said that, though, did he?
I'll, pretend to convince you to get Google products, but then I'll just give you a cut of the money. And Google will be like,
you announce your plans on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, hold on, no. It's a terrible idea. Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure Nokia do decent modern phones, don't they? That's the one I had that I bloody lost. That was a Nokia. That was decent, like the newest Nokia one.
Huawei's supposed to be good, isn't it?
I have a Huawei right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I honestly thought that was dodgy Chinese spyware.
Don't we all?
The only thing is the first time I heard anything mentioned of Huawei on the internet, it was a meme from that. What's that Mulan film?
Oh, Milan.
When you turn the location on your Huawei phone, now all of China knows you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
There was a big controversy with the Mulan because it was on Disney Plus, but instead of just being free on Disney Plus, it charged £20 for it.
It is
What?
Disney, so.
I know, it's I have Disney Plus, and I probably wouldn't have watched it if it's not really my film. But the fact that people who have got Disney Plus just to watch films like that had to pay an extra 20 quid on top of their subscription already. That's like terrible.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
New Lantern has to be a flop anyway. Pardon, Sam.
Is there any reasoning behind that? Like, what?
Sam, money.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, but yeah, I don't know if they tried to justify it to people who complain. Like, I just don't know how you could at that point.
Well, I looked to get Wonder Woman 84 on the Sky Store, and it was like £20. Whereas if cinemas were open, I could go to the View for £5. So I'm not going to pay £20 to watch Wonder Woman 84. It seems logical.
Everybody was saying cinemas are gonna die, but it's like, no, people just prefer going
it costs
there.
It's a £5 ticket to cinema. It's probably your own treats, and it's about £8.
Like, I know
they're charging 20.
Well,
they used to like say, no bringing your own drinks or popcorn, but like they've kind of relaxed that now.
Well, that's 15, Daniel. They're charging 20 quid on these subscription services.
Yeah, it's like, I might as well go to the View, comfy seat, big screen, my eardrums get blown out by a jump scare.
That's the charm.
It's a good experience. Yeah, it's a nice, it's a nice experience,
If you really want to enjoy a film, you go to the cinema for the film.
Yeah. I mean, what would you say is the best cinema, though? Because, like, there's a lot of them. Like, they're all similar. Okay. Which one would you say is the best?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't got much experience. I've always gone to the View, really.
Because that's our local kind of cinema.
Yeah.
Odeon, Cineworld, and View are, like, the ones I've been to.
Has anyone been to the IMAX? Like, been to an IMAX cinema where it's got the big surround screens? Because that sounds really cool, but I've never actually had an opportunity to watch a film in IMAX.
No, I don't know. There's one in Manchester, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, I've been to like the odd there's a small town near my Grand's in Wales that has like a small private cinema that literally has one screen. Because it's tiny, but apart from that, I've just been to Odeon and View, really.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to many other than the two local ones, but
watching Solo in Devon.
Devon.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh god, that film was not. The film was only.
No, we're gonna get onto the contested topic of Star Wars films.
No. Right, we're playing a 180.
Oh man. Should we go back into the desert island?
We went around with games, so what next?
Okay, so if you could choose, let's say 2 films for the rest of your life. You're on a desert island. It doesn't even matter being on a desert island. Like, if you could only ever watch 2 films, what 2 films would you choose to watch?
Oh, it hurts. Don't start with me.
I actually do not know.
We could go reverse order or something. I don't know.
I'll say 3. I'll be nice. I'll be a generous host. I'll say 3 films.
That makes it worse.
3 2.
No, 3 makes it better. You can say a trilogy.
Yeah.
That's fair. Because I know what I'd go for. I'd go for Hot Fuzz. I'd go for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And I'd go for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's 3 films.
What about what did Hot Fuzz and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? I know. Wait, isn't Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on Netflix? But I don't think only.
I think it is though. Yeah, Hot Fuzz is not, to my knowledge.
Right.
Or it might be. But Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim, both directed by Edgar Wright. Amazing films. Hot Fuzz, very funny. And then Scott, classic film. And then you've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I would say is the best Marvel film, in my opinion.
It's a very good film. I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Just the music,
I love one as well.
the music, the characters, and spoiler alert, the death of Yondu actually meant something to me, because I don't care about any of the other deaths in the Marvel universe. I might just be a cynic, but you know.
That's the thing. A lot Marvel's good films, but they're not emotionally invested in your character films, are
you
they?
don't care a lot of the time.
Well, people cried when everyone got snapped in Infinity War, but I don't understand who actually thought that those characters were dead and gone. Like, of course, half of the superheroes in the MCU were just going to be permanently gone. Like, who actually thought that?
Yeah, exactly.
When there's people in the cinema like bawling their eyes out, like if you care about a character, it's fair enough to see it, but I don't think anyone really thought that they were properly going. But then Yondu actually was an emotional death. That's why I kind of like I actually felt something on that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Good film, very good.
Yeah, it's such a good vibe, when you're watching it. I mean, I love it's number one, isn't it, when he's dancing with his earphones on at the start.
Yeah. Then you've got Mr. Blue Sky in the second one. You've got so many. You've got a bit of George Harrison in there. Oh, loads of
the first one's brilliant, Guardians of the Galaxy. Absolute brilliant film. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah. Right, has anyone else got 3 films? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. He's gonna go next. I genuinely don't know.
Has anyone thought?
3 films.
3 films is a lot.
No,
Probably Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good choice. It's a good
because
choice.
I found that film really funny, and it's got a great soundtrack. So
yeah.
Definitely that one.
What was that? I didn't hear that.
Guardians Volume 1.
Volume 1, yeah.
Volume 1. Trying to think of the other 2.
Probably
Probably Back to the Future. I really like that film.
Ooh. First one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, first one.
The first
First one.
Okay.
Especially the attention to detail when they put the Twin Pines Mall becomes the Lone Pine Mall because he knocked down one of the pine trees.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
I noticed that years ago.
I did not after. Yeah, that's weird that you mentioned that because I literally found that out yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's interesting actually. But yeah,
It's a good film, yeah.
I don't know why
that.
it shocked people so much because.
Yeah, it's just
one of
some
those
people.
Clickbaity news articles like, I bet you don't know this fact about Back to the Future.
It's like in Jurassic Park, where when there was the blooper where the Velociraptor comes into like the kitchen and you can see someone's hand like pushing it in.
Yeah. Oh, those are great in the films. There was one in the Mandalorian recently called Jeans Guy, where some people are going down a hallway and you can just see some guy in jeans stood like by a doorway, and people mean like back to hell. It's great.
I mean, jeans can exist in the Star Wars universe. Like, not everyone has to wear flipping Jedi robes.
I think it was the fact that there was a guy who stood there in like a really tense scene.
True.
He's just living his best life.
He is just living his best life. Good for him.
Just a little thing about Back to the Future. I love the scene where he's playing Johnny Big.
Oh yeah, brilliant song.
Yeah, and he goes wild on the electric guitar, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then he's just kind of like that's probably a bit too much for you guys, but your kids will love it.
Honestly, listeners, listen to Johnny Be Good. Brilliant song by Chuck Berry.
I think it's also a well-known song, to be honest, George.
Yeah.
Presuming that the listeners are that uncultured that they wouldn't know what it is.
Yeah. Also, I think it's optimistic that we're saying listeners.
Listeners, we owe YouTube listeners at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure you need a third film, don't you?
I need a third film.
Would it not be a Lord of the Rings film? I know you're into that.
Yeah, that's the thing though, but it wouldn't make sense to just take one, would it?
True.
Because Lord of the Rings storyline is brilliant, and like the world building behind it, like you read the Lord of the Rings books, is massive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense to just take one film.
You can go for the Twin Towers, or the Two Towers. The Twin Towers is a separate thing.
Yeah, it's quite a
important
distinction to make.
Lord of the Rings, the Twin Towers.
Okay,
James,
if we weren't flagged before, now we're just blacklisted.
Gandalf flies one of the eagles into the tower. Oh no. All that monetization money in the wind. Oh shit. Go on, George, give us the third film.
Oh.
Also, you know it's not real, right? You can just like set a film. You don't actually have to only watch it ever again,
No, he has
Think
to
of
watch
a
it
film,
religiously every single day of his
Yeah, I
life
have to
after
watch it
this.
religiously.
Oh man.
I have to watch it religiously every day of my entire life.
Oh god, I'd go sick from watching Guardians 2 and just sing the same song over and over again.
Oh god,
You're the one
yeah.
that chose that.
Wait, is it the chain back that's in Volume 2?
Yeah, the chain is in Volume 2. Very good song, yeah.
So we have to go Avengers Assemble because of the puny god line.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I can't
fair
believe
enough.
I've never seen that film. I can't believe I've not seen that, but I've seen flipping Infinity War and Endgame.
That was the
Oh
first
my
Marvel
god,
thing
watch
as
it,
well.
watch it. It's the best Avengers film.
Oh
Say.
man.
Avengers
You're a
Assemble.
Marvel fan, George. Would you declare yourself the Marvel fan?
I like the movies. I haven't really read any of the comics, so
Yeah, that's fair.
I declare myself a Marvel movie fan.
Anyone else got 3 films?
Okay, I'll take
Come on,
mine.
Bevins.
Well, I
Come on,
mean,
mate.
for starters, I would need a Star Wars film,
Would you?
and I would probably go with Revenge.
Revenge of the Sith. Of course. Of
I will
course.
not. I really like that film.
Oh, the dialogue's in that shite. I'm sorry. It
That's
just
the
is.
point. That's
Classic
the point.
line.
Yeah.
Do it.
I both love the Star Wars, but also like hate some of the really corny dialogue in it.
As a kid, I just got so excited.
You are my brother, Anakin.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, obviously.
It's good for the cheese. I suppose if you actually care
I've
about
got
Star
two more
Wars.
films I've got 2 more films, so I need a film that I both like its genre and also makes me laugh. Like I'm committed that much.
The anime's banned.
But then
I'm banning
the other
anime.
two,
I'm doing a sweeping ban on anime.
I'm not. I won't say an anime. I was considering weathering with you, but
Weathering with you. I've never heard
Well,
of
mine,
that.
I watched it at the beginning of like last year.
Yeah, you said.
Beautiful film. It's.
I remember watching anime. Yours was it like Grave of the Fireflies or something? And
We did
apparently,
watch
it's
it.
no.
apparently it's really sad, but I couldn't pay any attention to it.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
were paying attention, and James here.
I just completely failed to pay attention to it.
It's
So
Didn't really get me. Like, oh yeah, sure, a young girl is starving to death, but I can't
Wow.
Haha, funny meme.
Yeah.
Me when someone's starving.
You got a final film, Bevins?
Well, I mean, I didn't even choose a second one.
I thought you said Weathering Away.
Right,
That's
weathering away.
That's an anime film.
Oh right. I think you can say anime films if you want. I was joking about the bad.
No, it's fine. I mean, here's the thing. I George has already said it, but I was actually thinking Back to the Future myself.
It's a good film.
It is a good film.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Like Star Wars and Back to the Future is some of the first series I ever watched. So they're the ones I hold like closest. But then for the final film,
Mamma Mia.
here we go again. Mama.
I watched that film so many times.
Yeah.
Like
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. You probably might not want to watch it.
I don't think if I had to watch it for the rest of my life, I couldn't because I've already watched it like my entire life.
We're not
probably
conversation. It's not like a super fan.
No, I am not a super fan. I like rock music, not ABBA.
Yeah.
Oh, Abba's great.
Okay, no,
Well,
ABBA's
it's not
great. Don't get me
great.
wrong.
Not
I just-
great.
It's a good bop. I think some of their songs are good to dance
I mean,
to at 2 o'clock in the
some of the songs are just like permanently burned into me.
I don't
There's
think
a
you
thing-
reached the level of great though.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think like they're a bit more iconic. Well, they're more iconic because of that film, like you know.
Oh, they're iconic, yeah, but like, yeah, fair enough. Whatever. Well, that's what it's
Yeah.
about. So Ben
Yeah.
has chosen Mamma Mia.
You guys chose Mamma Mia for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Designated.
how many times do you think you watched that film?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I would watch it pretty much like back when I used to live with just my mum for a bit.
Yeah.
I would watch that film like pretty much every day. So, like, that was like about a year. Bear in mind.
That
So-
didn't.
God, that's like 365.
God.
You must be looking at like 400 viewings then, roughly, if it's like a few more than just 1 year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Here we go again.
Oh, no. Oh, no. How
It's
can I...
kind of film that you'd really, really like. No, I mean,
Mm.
I don't know. But wait, you watched 2, haven't you?
I've watched 2. 2 just didn't hit the same spots.
No, I mean, me and George had a good bop in the cinema to it, to some of the classics. Because I
Well,
thought,
I mean, some of them were just reused songs.
yeah, and that's what I was hoping because I wanted them to play Mamma Mia again. I didn't want them to just play a load of other ABBA songs that I hadn't really heard of.
Oh no, like I get the sentiment. It's just like the songs are the only redeeming thing, and they're not even new.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, no one watches Mamma Mia for the content. It's a musical.
Yeah.
I think ABBA probably exhausted all the songs everyone knows in the first
Yeah, but
film.
it's watching the same
They
musical
weren't left with
twice.
much.
Yeah.
It's watching the sequel that has the same music.
Well, what makes it unique then? Because I know it's about the daughter, isn't it? Or the daughter of the daughter in the first one.
Yeah, with the dad situation.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
I've not seen it. but I
really
didn't-
know who's the dad. Apparently, people still have debates over who's the dad, who they think's actually the real dad.
I mean,
To this day, it's a hotly debated topic in various academic circles.
I was gonna say,
I'm also thinking about how they like transferred the wedding, like, because the main girl, it was her wedding, and then they like flipped it around, and it was just like, here, you guys have a wedding now. Like, I get they live on their own little wonder island, but like, can you really just like swap out? Like, you have arranged a wedding, can you just swap who the bride and groom are like that?
Well, probably, because, I mean, they fill in the documentation after the wedding, don't they?
I mean, true. It's just
So,
it's rather
I don't
like
see why not.
just
I mean,
sudden.
to be fair, they live on a Greek island. Like,
True.
they can do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, they will just dance on jetties and like. Apparently, that's a thing that they do.
Yeah, flipping woman walks through plumbing tunnels singing about bingo or whatever.
I think you've got to feel bad for the people who have written speeches for the newly married couple who had to just quickly think of a new speech for the other quickly married couple.
they just like they were reading the off the script and they just have like and they had to like just change the name
Yeah.
on the moment in the
Oh,
moment.
man. We've still got time to do a last film, Bevans. Sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to.
We went on a Mamma Mia tangent. Oh, I mean,
Did you have something to say, Sam?
I'm just gonna say what's everyone's overall opinion on musicals while Wild Bev thinks of another film. Like,
Musicals can be good, but I
Yeah,
don't. It depends what the music is, and it depends what the actual film is doing.
yeah, that's
There
fair.
are some
because
good.
a lot-
There are some good musicals. Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat, Hamilton,
Hamilton's
remember
good. Hamilton's
I've
very
never
good.
watched
Blood Brothers. That's a good musical.
'Cause if you find the actual stuff interesting, then you're going to enjoy the musical. Like, if you go to Broadway and watch the musical version of American Idiot, you probably quite enjoy it.
Yeah.
Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat's a good musical.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. I don't remember too much about it. I mean, Blood Brothers I liked as a musical, but we obviously overdid it because of GCSE and I actually quite liked it.
What counts as a musical, though? Would Guardians of the Galaxy count because it heavily uses music in the plot?
Well,
What does it have to be the character singing?
Characters normally sing. Really.
Okay.
yeah, I think that's it. Like the characters normally sing, and it's kind of like they're expressing like how they feel in the moment through the song.
Yeah, it's just that break kind of song, isn't it? Really, like
Just... my dad's always recommended me Blues Brothers. Apparently, that's
I've never watched that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be quite good. I think I should probably give it a go at some point.
The Lion King's a musical, isn't it? Because they're just like
because it's circle of life. Oh yeah.
How do you feel the love tonight?
Hakuna Matata for the rest of your days. Please think of a film so we don't have to sing. Pressure.
Sing for me now. You know what? Like, although no, you know what? GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Oh, I was not expecting that. Good on you.
I was going to be honest. I tried to watch the Bond films, got to number 2, and never got beyond it for some reason.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Bond's good. It just has its like slippy moments. I mean, the feel now is way different than it used to be.
I saw Skyfall in the cinema when it came out, and I loved it. And I think Skyfall is a really good film. But then I saw Spectre. I saw Spectre after it, and Spectre was a bit, wishy-washy. But yeah, some Bond films are amazing, and then other ones are less amazing, like Octopussy, which is a film, Octopussy. I don't know if you're aware that Octopussy is
you trying to say that word as many times as possible.
Why would I want to say Octopussy as many times as possible?
Because you think it's funny.
There's nothing funny about Octopussy then.
Well, yeah, okay. My last one's GoldenEye. We can move on to someone else. Although another like odd thought. So, in like films when the thing like the problem is resolved at the very end, and the like character gets like congratulated and rewarded.
Yeah.
There's always that film where they get rewarded and everything, but they're the one who caused it. Like, there's a film called like War Games or something.
Oh, is that the one with the hacking?
That teenage hacker who like hacks into grades, tried to hacked into some game thing and almost set off them in like nukes or something. But at the end, everyone's like, "Oh, you did such a good job," and I'm like, "Yeah, but he always nuked somewhere."
It's like the Iron Man problem. If Iron Man hadn't become Iron Man, then would half of the villains in the MCU have been villains in the MCU?
Yeah,
like Ultron was terrible.
Made Ultron.
He did build Ultron, and then also, what's he called? The villain in the first one, the Warmonger. He literally just used an Iron Man suit. Yeah. Yeah. Sam, have you got 3 films, or Daniel, alternatively? Have one of you?
I don't know why people thought Tony Stark was a good guy. I mean, he made his money from weapons.
I love asking a question and George just jumps in.
No, that's a fair point. I mean,
He made his money off the weapons. I know later he abandoned them for like Atomic Energy.
I did enjoy the first Iron Man.
But
he got good films.
He made his actual money off weapons, so he wasn't going to be a good guy, was he?
Yeah. And as we go to the debate in Civil War, Captain America 100% had the right to it, and Iron Man was being a absolute maniac, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't comment on that, but fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's that debate, but a lot of people say Captain America, don't they? Was it quite split?
Captain America was the rebel, but Iron Man only conformed due to the fact that he literally saw someone in a building going onto a lift talking about how their son died when the Avengers were stopping a threat. Like, okay, so what would you have had them do? The Avengers not defend New York and just have aliens murder everybody? I don't think that's the best alternative.
It's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Exactly. People
not going to
die in
save
war.
one child for, I don't know, an entire city.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's
What if a fireman, fails to save like the child due to the fact that they're in a burning building, but the fireman saves like 8 other people from the building, but the child just can't be reached? Are you going to blame the fireman and hold the fireman accountable? Sorry, I shouldn't say man, should I? I should say fire person, because we have to be progressive and woke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay
Just
woke.
fire doesn't roll off the tongue and just doesn't sound good. Like,
Although I was really emphasising the man. I don't know why I emphasised it. I should just say fireman. I went really fireman.
Yeah.
Obviously, very, very big thanks to all of the women in the fire industry.
Oh,
It's not a fire industry. I can't call it a fire industry.
fire service.
Fire.
The fires.
Fire service, James. Fire
That's it.
service.
Fire service, yes, of course. All right, 3 films, Sam, go on.
Well, sorry, I was just going to say, it's normally we said fire person, firefighter. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgot that was
Of course, yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah, sorry. Okay, I obviously grew up with Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter films, but obviously there's 7 of them. Am I right? Or 8?
8 films, if you're just talking about the main series.
It's got to be Deathly Hallows Part 1. No,
Part 1? Oh, right, you're joking. Jesus, I was going to say.
No, but I really like 4. I really like Goblet of Fire. I just really like that film. I thought it was great. Obviously, some people disagree with that. The silly thing is, all the Phoenix, cracker, wasn't it?
Yeah, great film, that.
The most popular book as well, isn't it? That's the biggest book, wasn't it? That book was massive.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I'm not sure, because I think I'd only pick one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of more split between them 2. Obviously, a lot of people say 5. I don't know. I really don't know. I remember more from 4, because I guess it's been a while since I've watched them. Honestly, 4 had quite a structure that I can remember, because there was obviously the 3 rounds, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then obviously at the end, seeing Voldemort.
I think 5 notably became darker, because obviously Voldemort was back, and the plot just became quite dark, really. There's a lot of,
it's. I mean, when my brother's been taken through the Harry Potter series, it's kind of like you reach that point where you're like, okay, you can watch the rest when you're older, because the theme grows far more mature, rather quickly.
I suppose it was written with the age of the readers, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
The books, because the books were written as people got older. So you have the 11-year-olds reading your book, Philosopher's Stone, and then by the time you get to Goblet of Fire, you're the same age as the characters. You will be old enough to read the darker stuff.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'm very much a fan of the books, particularly, but I'd say in terms of the films, I think the earlier ones did more of actually showing what life was like at Hogwarts and lessons and stuff. Because when you get on to the 6th book, the 6th film, it really doesn't do a great job of showing classes and stuff.
I know, it's far more focused on its story.
I did think that. The kind of the whole set scene of Hogwarts was quite magical, and then it just didn't touch.
Yeah, have you got any more films then, Sam?
Well, I'm struggling to think of I've not watched loads of films anyway, but I'm struggling to think if I'd had to obviously pick just watch the rest of life. I'd say there's not notably in the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings trilogies that stand out as a amazing film that I'd watch, because I like them both, but probably wouldn't stand out as one film that I would watch, that I would keep Bring to an Island. I mean, there's also because I might go. I kind of want to touch on Bev's lines of Star Wars because obviously I really like Star Wars. But then I'd say Avengers is my favorite. But then again, I'd probably because I'm struggling. I'd probably choose that. Because I just watched that film so many times again as a kid, and I have rewatched it and still enjoyed. Even though it's not the best film in the world, is it? But it's one that I've liked a lot. But I don't really. I'm not sure after that. I mean, I because I want to be obviously I do want to try and be original, and obviously I love the
Yeah, it's a difficult. We've gone for some really good films, I think, between us. So
Yeah, I think I remember. I did really like one. Slightly more than two, I think. For Guardians of the Galaxy. Because they're my favorite. That's my favorite Marvel film, probably.
I'd say personally, I think I really found the second one to be funnier, and also I kind of cared more about the characters at that point because obviously you're just kind of getting to know them in the first one. I think in the second one you actually care more about what's going on with them because you know these pre-established characters.
I mean, the second one's great thanks to the first one by technical sense.
Well, it had to be every series like that has to have an origin story, which sets up what the characters are like, and then once you get past that, you can get to really enjoy the characters.
Yeah, that's true. What was the best Hunger Games one?
Ooh, that's a decisive question. It depends what you're looking for. Because the first one, obviously, is just a good single film. And then the second one, you get more onto the rebellion, and it's like...
Yeah, I did quite like the whole concept of, just the Hunger Games and
Yeah.
The first Hunger Games film was good. I thought the second one was dragged a bit, and the third one I just hated.
I mean, it did lose what it was.
And because I hated 3, I didn't get on to 4.
Oh, did you not?
No.
I think when you read the books, you keep a sense of what's going on. I really stayed engaged with them all through the book series, but the films, I think, obviously to a more casual viewer, it just doesn't do as good a job of making you care about the rebellion and stuff. So I think people kind of did just lose a bit of, how much they cared about it towards the end.
I mean, from my eyes, it's just it turns into you look in the next film, and all of a sudden it's like a flipping militia operation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the first one's the best out of them. But I think I've watched all of them, but yeah, I'd say the first one. Yeah, I mean,
your 3 films and Sam. I've lost track.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to Daniel because we kind of need to wrap things up. Been talking.
Yeah, we're over an hour.
All right, what are your films, Daniel? Go on then.
Fuck it. Ratatouille.
Oh wow! All right.
Actually,
it's a good film. I just didn't expect it.
It is a good film. You've heard me talk about Ratatouille at least 5 times in the past week.
That's true.
I have short-term memory loss.
You don't say. Other 2, that's where it gets hard. Suppose in
Monsters Inc. is a better Pixar film.
I was thinking Monsters Inc. because I actually love that film.
I kind of want to change my answer to Monsters Inc., but I also don't because I've chosen 3 good films, but I do.
Monsters Inc. Pixar films are shorter as well, so I guess having more kind of on an island as well would say better.
Oh yeah, I forgot where I'm doing this on an island. I was just kind of choosing 3 films to watch for the rest of my life,
I mean, Mulan was also a pretty good film. I like a lot of the songs in that.
The original, I think.
Yeah, the original one from the 1900s, whenever it came out.
1900.
I don't know when Mulan came out. I wasn't alive.
That's correct, but 1900 makes it sound really.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 90s. I think it was.
See, I don't want to spend 10 minutes thinking of a third film, so no film. I'll take
no film.
I'll take a Spice Girls DVD and CD and leave it at that.
Oh shit! Fair enough. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe we started talking and we just went on about gingers for ages, and now it's gone for all these different tangents.
It actively devolved. The next week we might be better, I promise.
Let's have it. We've got a bit more of a structure, maybe, but honestly, I don't expect too much from it.
We'll see.
We'll
Do you want
see.
a quick thing that I never knew? Only found this out today. Do you have any idea why we get goosebumps?
Where's this
It's
coming from?
to warm us
Random.
up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something. It's something to do with survival. I think it's when we had. I think it's when we had thicker coat. When we had like thick coats of hair.
Monkeys.
Like small muscles that obviously push like the hairs.
I want to return to monkey.
Please.
I'm really not sure, but it's something to do with
I'd rather
It's,
sit in a tree and eat a banana than record this.
It's any day.
Any day of the week. Sign me up.
All right. So I think we better leave it there, really. Let's hope that next time we might be more on topic. But anyway,
Next
hope
time
you've
we
all
might have
enjoyed.
topic.
Hope you've all enjoyed. Well, It's been good. Speak to
It
you all
has
later.
been good.
So,
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Like and
Goodbye.
subscribe.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Neremic.
like and subscribe.
Adios.
No.
Leave comment. Give us talking points, please.
Oh yeah. If you got any comments, just leave them and say.
Yeah, anything you want us to talk about, guys, we'll talk about it.
Get us to
probably.
1,000 subscribers so I can abuse community polls.
1,000 subscribers by Monday.
Say all the popular
One
search
day,
terms.
One day, Daniel, one day.
100
One day.
subscribers. RambleVerse do ASMR.
Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. See you all later. Bye bye.
Goodbye.